Now, almost a year ago, I posted a video on this YouTube channel in memory of a girl called May who died of leukemia at 17. And I had spoken to May, I had various calls with May, I had friends who met May in person, and it was terrible. It was one of the saddest things I have ever seen. And watching somebody deteriorate over that time span was horrible. But I'm now finding out today that potentially none of this was at any point true. I shared a fundraiser, a GoFundMe on here that received over £10,000. And I contributed to that, and I know that many of you guys did because I asked you to. And now, apparently, all of that might not even have been for somebody who actually had leukemia or cancer at all. Now, I'm incredibly confused and shocked by the information that I've been receiving because I spoke to somebody who had tubes for breathing, who was talking about what it was like to have leukemia, who, from my personal experience, it was very, very, very believable. I didn't doubt it for a second. And after seeing a video that was posted yesterday by the YouTuber Cataclysm on her TikTok, which is 9 minutes long, detailing all of the weird issues and strange things that have happened since I posted my video nearly a year ago, I now don't know what exactly it was that I was experiencing last year with this person. You guys were so incredibly kind. You were so nice. What you guys did for this girl was incredible. I am very grateful that you guys showed support to somebody who we believed was going through a horrific time. Childhood cancer is no joke. But now May's Instagram account has been removed and deleted. And apparently there was a funeral that was streamed to Cataclysm, and then she found out that that funeral was actually for somebody else, and it was streamed to her as if it was May's funeral. It just doesn't make any sense why that would happen if this was at any point a real thing. Now, I had friends who met up with May in person, who met her physically in the flesh, and they were devastated, and they were incredibly upset. And that's how I got introduced to May as somebody who apparently was a fan of the channel. And number one, I don't understand the details on how that could be fake, because I really did believe that this person was incredibly sick. But apparently, after May passed away, one of the friends who was running the Instagram account, who was somebody who I would talk to when May was too weak to talk to me, or was asleep, or was incredibly ill, this girl called Sophie, who I would communicate with through May's account, ended up complaining that no longer did anybody want to talk to her, no longer did any of the YouTubers speak to her, that she didn't get any attention, and that people only cared about May, which is odd to start off with. And then when Cataclysm called out this person, asked them why was there a funeral that was fake, why are they being streamed stuff on a Zoom call, all the socials got deleted. Every single one of them. And this confuses me because May, the girl I spoke to on video call for hours, multiple times, who I texted with throughout the day, they had a whole life that they told me about. They would tell me about their bunny rabbits, and they would tell me about their boyfriend, and they would tell me about their friends and all of this stuff. And I can't stress enough how this person looked really sick. And I don't understand what would be fake, but why fake the funeral if any of it at any point was ever real? And now with all the accounts gone, there's nobody who I can speak to, and there's nobody who I could reach out to, and I wouldn't even know where to start with this. I wouldn't even know what to do. I know a lot of you guys who are watching this video will have family and friends who have been affected by cancer and leukemia. I had a friend pass away almost 4 years ago to this day with leukemia. So the fact that that could potentially have been used to scam thousands of pounds from people who genuinely really need it for funeral costs and stuff that ended up being just a restreamed funeral from some random bloke, not even a 17-year-old girl with leukemia, just absolutely horrifies me. I've been incredibly lucky and incredibly blessed to meet so many of you guys over the years in person, and I've met many people who are sick and many people who are struggling, and the idea that somebody preyed on that to try and get anybody's attention, I just don't know what to say to that, really. The fact is that this Instagram page detailed what it was like to be a child with cancer, detailed what it was like to be going through chemotherapy, leukemia, would describe those things, would come on call and would sound horrible, looked incredibly sick, like May would be in bed, all wrapped up, but why would somebody be faking any of this at any point, for any reason? It doesn't make any sense to me. What was the money for? Where did it go? Why did this happen? I ended up speaking to May's parents through the Instagram account, and they were the ones who told me to do the video. Said it would be a great thing to do, to remember. But now, from the information I've received, I don't even know if any of those people at any point were ever real, or if it was just somebody on one account who was catfishing. The Sophie girl who I spoke to would always take over from May's accounts and would always be speaking to me constantly, and then would be posting stories on behalf of May, and that was something that would happen. And then May would take back over, and then I'd speak to May. But if the Sophie girl was faking everything, then if May existed, she would know, because it was the same Instagram account, which leads me to believe that it most likely was somebody catfishing, pretending to be multiple people who built up this huge story that then, after they got what they needed from it, ended up just nuking everything. Now, the thing that's really suspicious is the fact that when Cataclysm called out Sophie about the faking of the funeral, she didn't just delete the May's Diary account, but also the boyfriend as well. And I spoke to May. So why would the boyfriend account get deleted at the same time that Sophie deletes her account at this point in time when May has apparently been passed away and has been dead for 10 months? The only thing that I can think of is that it's all one person who was running all of those accounts, who was on those video calls, who pretended to be ill and faked it all and took the money and ran. I'm very sorry for this video being incredibly rambly. I just felt like I couldn't delete or hide the previous video without coming on here and addressing it in some way, shape or form. I am still trying to piece this together, but I don't feel right having a video like that up on my channel for multiple reasons. But I also felt that if it does turn out that this was all a big fraudulent scam, I am very sorry that I asked you guys to do that, and I apologize. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully this all gets sorted soon.